to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith, career development, personal development, lifestyle, the works, anything and everything that is relevant for us to navigate our young adult lives. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button better turn gray. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into today's video. We're back again with another video that is so exciting for me. I think I get excited for all the videos that I put out because I put out content that is very close to my heart. But today's video is one that I think is extremely important for anybody who is in any phase of their lives, whether you're a young adult, an established adult, a much older and more mature adult. This video is for you. Today we'll be deep diving into the non-negotiables that you should focus on and be so stubborn about in order for you to build a successful life. These are non-negotiables for me that have allowed me to lay the foundation for the life that I'm currently living, as well as lay the foundation for the life that I am creating and the life that I am working towards as well. For what you would like to call in the world's words, my dream life. These non-negotiables are helping me build and pave the way for me to build the dream life that I want to live, as well as help me establish the current life that I'm living right now. So without wasting any time, let's get into the first non-negotiable that you should be extremely stubborn about when it comes to building a successful life for yourself. The first non-negotiable that one should focus on to build a successful life is your mindset. Your mindset is everything. Challenge yourself to build a positive mindset as well as a growth mindset that empowers you to be in a position where you can learn anything and everything. There is a difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset, and we'll go into that in a completely different video. But a growth mindset is the only way you will climb the ladder of success. If you are stuck and fixed in the things that you know right now, and you aren't believing in your power and your ability to learn new things, or you're just stubborn and think you know it all and you don't see the need to learn new things, then you are setting yourself up for failure. So your mindset is everything. Everything that manifests in your life starts in your mind. That's why they always say, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. So this is the same thing. With your positive mindset, you are empowering yourself to learn anything and everything. Do this by setting positive affirmations, sticking up positive affirmations everywhere in your house if you need to, if you struggle with a growth mindset. But that's what I do. My study desk or my workplace has Post-its everywhere. You can do this. You are capable. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You have the mind of Christ. You are able to achieve your dream life. You are able to build your dream life. You are able to learn anything that you set your mind to. You are a child of God. You have the mind of Christ. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. With those things in your mind, you are able to step up with a more positive and a more resilient mindset that will help you set your life up for success. Another thing that I want to touch on when it comes to building a positive mindset is building or developing a level of resilience. This basically means developing the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Any setback, being able to bounce back from that and using obstacles and failures and setbacks as an opportunity for growth, being able to view them as an opportunity for growth will help you develop a positive mindset, because any failure, any setback, any denial, whatever that obstacle is, it is an opportunity for you to rise above it, to rise as beauty from the ashes, to rise above it with a level of resilience that people have never seen in their lives. If you are going to camp in your failure, you will remain there. And the truth or the hard reality of life is that no one is coming to save you. So if you don't view your failures, your obstacles, and your setbacks as opportunities for growth, you will find yourself camping in those setbacks, camping in those failures. And when your peers and other people are climbing that ladder of success, you will just find yourself sitting in that failure, wallowing in that failure, wallowing in that sorrow, wallowing in that setback. And they're going to find you there. They're going to leave you there. They're going to leave you there because no one is coming to save you. We can't drag you along for the ride. You have to stand up and be resilient and persistent throughout the ride for yourself. Another thing that I want to focus on when it comes to your mindset is gratitude. I don't think people understand the power of expressing gratitude on a day-to-day basis. You have air in your lungs. You have a brain that works. You have a fully functional body. You have a roof over your head. You have clothes on your back. You have shoes on your feet. You have food in your fridge. And being able to give thanks for that on a day-to-day basis will help you perceive life in a completely different way. It helps you look at only the positive aspects of life, not necessarily ignoring the negatives, but focusing on the positives. Because if you just focus on the negatives, you're going to camp there. Once again, you camp in that negative environment. You camp in that negativity, that negative mindset. But when you focus on being grateful on a daily basis, you are then setting yourself up to see life or view life in a completely different way, with a completely different mindset, with completely different set of eyes, with a completely different mindset. I think I mentioned mindset already. But expressing gratitude on a daily basis will help you get or develop that positive mindset. It will help you condition your mind in a way that successful people think. So focus on gratitude, focus on building resilience, and focus on building a growth mindset, because your mindset is everything, and it is the secret sauce to manifesting anything that you want to see in your life. Because like I said, if you can believe it, if you can think it, that means it is achievable and it is possible in the physical realm. God will not put an idea on your heart. God will not put an idea in your mind that He cannot manifest in the physical realm. The second thing that I want you to focus on when it comes to setting your life up for success as part of the non-negotiables when it comes to building a successful life is prioritizing your health. I'm going to split this into two parts: your physical health as well as your mental health. Let's start with the physical. Exercising regularly, eating properly, taking care of yourself, getting enough sleep. I'm preaching to myself here as well. Getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, taking care of your physical health is of utmost importance, because your mind can only want to do so much. But if your body says, hey, I can't take it anymore, then you can't deliver on that project. You can't deliver on that presentation. You can't deliver on whatever task might be at hand. But if you focus on exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, eating properly, getting your water in, getting your supplements in, that will help you make sure that your physical body is fully functional and functioning the way it was created to function. If you neglect any one of these aspects, you will find yourself constantly fatigued, like I found myself for the longest time, constantly fatigued, struggling to sleep, having stress levels that are through the roof, having a high blood pressure, struggling with your glucose levels, and all of these have a ripple effect, because if your stress levels are high, you can't eat. If your stress levels are high, you can't sleep. If your stress levels are high, you can't focus on whatever work you're supposed to focus on. So all of it really just works together. So if you can check these boxes from a physical health point of view, you are in the right position. Looking at your mental health. For me, I will always say, focusing on your mental health, going back to mindset, how your brain works and how your mental health is set up, is the secret sauce for anything. Whether that being focusing on it from a trauma perspective, If you've gone through something in the past, if you're going through something now, seek professional help. If you feel that there's a need for you to book yourself into a psychiatric ward or a wellness center for 2 weeks, then let that be the case. If it means being able to take one day off a week where you know that this day you are untouchable, your phone is off, you are resting, you are listening to what God has to say to you, you are taking the time to fill your cup for yourself, then let that be the case. Because if your cup is empty, you can't pour into your work. You can't pour into your relationships. You can't pour into your side hustles. You can't pour into the things that you're passionate about. And that's where depression stems from, right? Where your cup is so empty that you don't even have the strength to pick up that golf stick. You don't even have the strength to pick up that camera and record something. You don't even have the strength to pick up that book and read. And I often find myself in that space where I don't, or I neglect my mental health, and it has a ripple effect on everything else. When I disappear from YouTube, best believe it's most likely because I'm fatigued. And it's not because of physical fatigue, it's mostly because of mental fatigue. So those are things that have a ripple effect on everything else. You can't show up at work. Then you're frustrated because you can't show up at work. That frustration leads to sadness. That sadness leads to this. Focus on your mental health, guys. As much as you focus on your physical health, you want to lose weight, you want to eat clean, you want to sleep well, you want to do this, you want to do that, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. The third thing that you should focus on as a non-negotiable when it comes to building a successful life for yourself is continuous learning and continuous upskilling. If you want to build a successful life for yourself, the knowledge that you have right now is not enough for what you need to tackle in 3 months' time. So this means online courses, Udemy, Coursera, LinkedIn, Allison, Google has free courses, ALX has free courses. Guys, there are so many platforms that have free courses. So that will help you from a technical skills point of view, but also networking as well. Building that network of not just industry experts that you can bounce ideas off of, but also finding a mentor that will help you or channel you in the right direction when it comes to your learning journey. It is extremely important because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, in an ever-changing job market, you cannot afford to remain stagnant. You cannot afford to work with just the knowledge you have right now. You need to continuously learn. You need to continuously be an asset, be of value, because if you only are going to allow your knowledge to stop here, and your next level of the career path that you want to take requires your knowledge base to be here, and you stopped here and said, nah, I'm chilled, I'm good, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. I don't know how else to say it. So continuously learn. I always say that every day is a school day. Do not go to bed today without having learned something new. Whether that means reading daily, listening to a podcast, doing those online courses, tapping into your networks, attending masterclasses, attending expos and conferences, whatever the case is, continuously learn, continuously upskill yourself. As a young professional, I will preach this to you daily. Continuously learn, continuously upskill yourself. You cannot afford to camp in the knowledge that you already have. You will become very irrelevant very quickly, and you do not want that as you are climbing the ladder of success, as you are establishing yourself within your career, as you are building a name for yourself, as you are building rapport within the industry that you find yourself in. You cannot afford to not learn something new every single day. The fourth thing that you want to focus on when building a life of success, a non negotiable, is time management. This is extremely important, especially if you are venturing into things outside of just your work. If you are trying to build a side hustle, if you're trying to create content as I do, if you're trying to put yourself in a position where you want to do more than just your day-to-day tasks or reaching your day-to-day KPIs, time management is important, and planning is extremely important with that as well. So planning your life, planning your week, planning your days, planning your year. I sit down with my monthly calendar or my yearly calendar to say, on this day, this day, this day, this needs to be done. Manage your time accordingly. We all have 24 hours in a day, and it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with that 24 hours. It's up to you to decide if you're going to sit and scroll on Instagram, on TikTok, on whatever, or if you're going to get up, do a short course, clean the house, make sure your chores are done, make sure you're doing extra reading for your job. Whatever the case might be, it is up to you what you do with those 24 hours that you have in a day. Some people often ask me, Rory, do we have the same hours in a day? The answer is yes. Just because I'm using my time differently to what you guys are doesn't mean that we don't have different times or extra hours in a day. I don't have extra hours in a day. We all have the same hours in a day, but it's up to you if you're going to read a book or if you're going to scroll on Instagram. It's up to you if you're going to scroll on Instagram or script a YouTube video. It's up to you if you're going to create content for your brand or if you're going to sit in front of the TV and Netflix and chill. It's up to you if you're going to scroll on TikTok or if you're going to work on the business plan that you want to give to potential investors. It is all up to you. Time management is of utmost importance. And I don't do that just on a weekly basis, I do it on a daily basis. I block out my day. This time is for admin. This time is for this work. This time is for research. This time is for exercising. This time is for reading. This time is for Bible study. That's how I block out my day. So you can do the same thing. Guys, time blocking has it's one thing that has changed my life for the better, and I'm able to get so much done. If that 2 hour mark that you had set out for something is done, it's done. You'll pick it up again tomorrow. Unfortunately, you couldn't finish whatever task you had, but you'll pick it up tomorrow if it's something you can afford to let slide for today. Obviously, if it's work related or whatever, it's completely different. But when, like I said, you're incorporating your side hustles into your life, you're incorporating businesses, you're incorporating content creation, you're incorporating being a family man, being a family woman, being a mother, being a spouse, whatever the case is, you need to manage your time accordingly. You cannot thrive if you are just going to wing it on a day-to-day basis. That's not how life works. Unfortunately, that is not how life works. The fifth thing that I want you to focus on as a non-negotiable when it comes to building a successful life is financial literacy. Learn how to budget, learn how to save, learn how to invest, and be stubborn about it. Learn how the market works. Make sure you're up to date with the news so you understand why the exchange rate is fluctuating, when it's time to hop into things. Make sure you have friends who can break some of these topics down for you into more sizable chunks. I know I have people who are very well versed within the equity market, and I'm able to say to them, listen, dude, I want to invest in A, B, and C. What are your thoughts? And they'll be able to say, well, I've been studying 1, 2, 3, and I saw these trends. I don't think it's a good move, or yes, go for it, you know? So when it comes to financial literacy, budget, learn how to, guys, and actually stick to the budget. Don't just draw up a budget, actually stick to it. Budget, save. If you do not have the discipline to, like I sometimes struggle with, the discipline to save on your own, automate your saving and put it in a space where you cannot easily access it. Don't put it in a pocket of your current account. Put it in a completely different bank account so that when you open up your bank app, you don't see it. You technically forget about that money. So saving Investing, guys, saving can only take you so far. Leverage the power of compound interest. So the earlier you start saving, the better. Because if you start saving as little as 500 Rand a month, right? You will find yourself having much more at the time you turn 50 than someone who is saving 10,000 Rand a month. Okay, I'm spitballing here, maybe not. Let's say 5,000 Rand a month. Who started saving 5,000 Rand a month at the age of 14. They had 10 years to save or invest, and you had 26 right now, 24 years to save. And the interest on top of your monthly installments or your monthly investments will propel you into a completely new sphere of financial freedom, of financial goals that you want to reach for yourself as well. We'll not touch on financial goals. That's another video for another day. But nonetheless, we've reached the end of today's video. So when we wrap this up, let's quickly do a recap. We spoke about building a positive mindset. We spoke about learning continuously. We spoke about taking care of your health, both your physical and your mental health. We spoke about time management, and we spoke about what did we just speak about? Financial literacy. Look at me forgetting my own things. So don't forget these when it comes to setting up the life that you want to live. Because the decisions you make today, the actions you take today, will help you channel your life. Because the decisions you make today or the actions you take today will help you channel your life into the life that you want. If you are choosing to sleep in today and eat 3 hours of your day, you will have to deal with those consequences tomorrow, because you haven't touched the work that you needed to touch, or you didn't record the videos that you needed to record, or you didn't edit as you needed to edit, or whatever the case is. So the decisions you make today will determine how your tomorrow looks. I think I've said this on this channel multiple times today. The decisions you on this channel before, the decisions you make today will determine how your tomorrow's life looks. The decisions you make today will determine where your career is tomorrow. The decisions you make today will determine where your business is tomorrow, where your brand is tomorrow. So do not sleep on yourself today. Implement non-negotiables for your life today that will determine your dream life that you want to find yourself living within the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 3 decades, etc. With that, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with anybody and everybody in your circle. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. Do comment down below what aspects of this video you enjoyed. With so much love and so much light from me to you, have an incredible rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye, guys.